Alright everybody, welcome back to Bourbon Banter Evans at the beach.
On location, at the beach. What a good time.
Indeed. Justin, so what are we in store for today? What do we got for the people?
Well, for years, people have been asking me certain questions and different things around bourbon and where you can consume it here, or the temperature this and the temperature that. Well, the beach is generally warm.
Oh yeah.
And so I've been talking and telling different people about beach bourbons for several years now. And so it's a term I came up with years ago as what bourbon I drink at the beach. And I found that it was a pattern that I was sticking to. That was usually a lighter bourbon. So how about we grab a pour and we talk about some beach bourbons today?
Yeah, sounds good. Everybody, hey, like, subscribe, hit that like button, let's subscribe. Which one do you want to do first?
Cheers to you guys out there. I'm going to go with this. Mostly found at Total Wine, some liquor barns up in Kentucky, but mostly Total Wine, Black Ridge.
All right.
So Black Ridge is a 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon. It's a little light, but it's made from 1792 Barton, and I always pour it over ice.
Oh yeah.
Because I like a little light bourbon at the beach, and then ice chills it down a little bit.
Yep.
And that way I don't feel like I'm just sweating through a bourbon because of being hot outside and it being overly high proof.
Definitely.
I try not to bring barrel proofs to the beach just
Yeah,
because
well, they're hot.
they're hot.
Yeah.
And so it's hot out here.
Try to do, what do you think? Stick between what, about 86 and 90? Try to
Yeah.
stay under 100?
Right, I usually go to that 86 to 90 proof range, and then I try not to go to the 100 proof range. Yeah, I mean, we can.
Oh, yeah.
And I've done it before, but as you can see on our tray, we've got a couple here, all that you can see that are on the table, with the exception of the control, which nobody knows what the proof is on that. Everything else on the table is matching proof. They're all 90 proof.
Yep.
Didn't have an 86 to bring. There is several 86 proofs that I do enjoy, though, at the beach that are nice and light. But Black Ridge is one of those that is nice and light as well, and I just usually put one ice cube on it.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how it goes. So
Yeah,
cheers. And cheers to you guys. The nose is just,
Oh, the nose is
it opens up really nice.
I just went right straight for it because it's been a while since I've had some Black Ridge. I remember, and it's good.
With an ice cube, it opens up a little bit of sweetness.
It does.
And it makes that like that sweeter, lighter character that I like. That doesn't, it's not going to burn me out. Especially if I've had rum during the day, which I usually do on the beach,
Right.
And then move to bourbons at night. Generally, I'm not drinking bourbon on the beach.
No.
It's generally some rum drinks or something refreshing.
Yeah, usually it's bourbon at night because,
Yep.
hey, you have a pour after you're off the beach and everything, then it's time to settle down a little bit. But yeah, but and it's out there in the sun. Whew.
Yeah, it gets warm. So this right here on the patio with the beach in the background with an ice cube, this is actually really nice. And then that ice cube opens Black Ridge up to get this little sweet note to it.
It does, it does. Kind of hard to get the nose when the wind's blowing in your face.
Yeah, a little bit. That makes it exciting though. So just remember, uncut, unfiltered. We are, on location.
We're
Now, oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we're literally right on the balcony with the beach in the background with the wind in our faces.
Hopefully the sound turns out all right. If not, it'll just be a weird noise the whole time that we're
Yep.
talking about bourbon. That being said, I'm also off character, not wearing anything
I know.
brand related.
Nothing brand
So
related.
for the record, I am not wearing any of my bourbon socks.
No.
I'm wearing beach
Yep.
flip-flops.
Yep.
It is rash guard beaches, and I got some tunas on my
Oh, hey,
shorts.
right after this, time to hit the beach.
That's right, and I have a feeling that after some, this is almost like breakfast bourbon,
Yeah.
it'd probably be a really nice time to relax on the beach.
Exactly, definitely. But no, this is amazing. I mean, it's got, like I said,
I
Kinda
just like
hard
that
to get it.
they're easy, simple, and
it
light.
is. But I agree. Definitely on ice is the way to go because it definitely opens this one up.
It does. So you can drink this neat, no problem. Black Ridge is one of those brands that is a subsidiary from a very big company. We all know about that. You look for the laser coat on there.
Yep.
Look for the Clear Springs or Founders Company. We all know who's producing that, and it's even on there as 1792. So we know that's a Sazerac-owned brand.
Yep.
And so they're literally putting on the label now that is a 1792 brand. No, we've kind of decoded that years ago,
Right.
and we've been going after these for a while. They're in the what we call the Winkle bottles.
Yeah,
And
they
they
are.
even when going to Jay Mattingly when we were bottling, as that they were describing that bottle as, would you like it in this bottle or the Winkle bottle?
Yeah.
And so that's the classic shape. They changed the foil on it, so it's a little different now. But again, you can drink this neat, no problems. But I really enjoy it with an ice cube.
I
think
love
it's
like the kind of looks like the tack strip. Well,
yeah,
one of these tack strip.
that was a good redo on that. I'm glad they went.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you guys have beach bourbons, send us a message, put it in the comments,
Yeah.
like and subscribe, always like Charles says, and let us know what bourbons you drink at the beach. I have a feeling that a couple of fans are going to put Wild Turkey 101 down.
Yeah, probably. And I think it's going to be a whole wide range. I bet you there are some people that love to get into the barrel proofs and that type of stuff on the beach. And
Right.
that's what this is about. Everybody likes their own stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll be known to crack open, to celebrate the hard work year, earn your vacation.
Oh, yeah.
and then let's open up something really nice. So they bring it out of the bunker, and then the next thing you know, you're having a good time. It could be a Rip Van Winkle, it could be something along those lines, it could be a BTAC bottle.
Yep.
Again, the BTACs are generally barrel proof, so I try to stay away from those.
Right.
But I'm not saying I'm not going to try them.
Nah, and then you'll bring that one out, and not even a day, it'll be
Right.
almost gone.
Man, this is gonna be a good little video to start with, just because bourbon at the beach is actually pretty relaxing.
Yeah, it is.
So I definitely recommend it. And if you didn't ever think about having beach bourbons, again, which is if you're just now watching, it's literally just bourbons that are easier and lighter, that still have good flavor, good character, and they don't fall off,
Yes.
even if you add an ice cube to them, that don't burn you out in that spectrum of too much alcohol while you're hot.
And it's one of those for me, I want a bourbon that I can have at the beach, and it's not going to be one that's going to knock me. I can actually have a couple of drinks, and it's not going to knock me on my rear end.
Right, exactly. And then this is one of those situations. So think of it like this: a lot of people do gin and tonics, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people do gin-based drinks at the beach because they're refreshing. A lot of gins are higher proof than these.
Yes.
A lot of gins 94 proof. We're talking about 90 right now.
Exactly. But no, this is great. And honestly, you guys, in the comments, really, please put what you like to drink. It'd be great. It's a great conversation.
It is. Yeah, I want to know what you guys drink at the beach when you go to the beach, if you go to the beach. And then maybe one day, if we get lucky, we'll go to the mountains and do a mountain trip.
Yeah.
And
Then I'm going to be drinking some high test.
then it's going to be some, give me some snow and some barrel proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
All right, what you thinking next?
I think I'm going to go on to the Buck. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this brand, but this is a source brand that goes out of Fairfield, California, where they bottle it. So this is a Franklin. He is known to source Kentucky bourbon. This is an 8-year.
Yep.
And so it's another one of those 90 proof, lighter. It's got some age statement to it, so
Yep.
it is an age.
It is
stated
age
8 years, a little bit older, but for the price point and then the value that you get out of it, it's actually surprisingly pretty decent.
Right.
And so I'm not going to say it's going to blow your minds, but it's a good, light, easy drinking bourbon.
It's a great one.
And I think it's been a while since I've had it, so thank you for whoever submitted it.
Yeah.
We are going to use this one, and I'm going to try it neat first before I go to the ice cube in the back.
Yeah, definitely. Now I'm going to finish this one up.
I think whoever had this has had it for a little while. I see a little bit of that old cork on there. That looks nice. It just makes me think, man, this is some good old stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
ooh, I don't get the same nose at all.
No?
No.
A little bit more.
It's got a little more
ethanol?
depth to it.
Oh, it does have more depth?
Less
Okay.
ethanol. It's got more depth to
Really?
it. Like you're getting a little bit more of a danker, like a darker note to it, even though it's a 90 proof. But I bet that's because of a little bit age.
Yeah. And remember, just because it says 8 doesn't mean that they're all 8-year barrels that are going in there. It is the youngest barrel that goes in that has to be at least 8 years old.
Very true. Very true. Now, a couple years ago, I was visited by the people with Buck and Black Saddle. They run out of the same company. Now, I won't say, I'm not going to disclose anything that they said, but I do know where the source is based off of what they told me directly. And it was a conversation going back and forth whether it was actually sourced or not, even though it was their custom mash that was submitted to them where it's being made. So that's the cool thing about him. Franklin's been doing this for a long time, bottling in California. So that is also another thing about these. This is also possibly, I'm not going to try to start this rumor, this was what was told me from the actual rep, a 4 grain.
Really?
So this is possible, a 4 grain.
And I'll tell you what, you're exactly right. It does have a little bit more depth. And it's been a while since I've had Buck too, and man, I forgot how good it is.
Yeah, but it's just real nice and easy.
Yeah.
And then, so it's one of those that's not going to like punch you in the mouth. If it's warm outside, say you're sitting out around a fire, even though it's warmer outside,
Yeah.
and it's not like a wintertime fire, but it's still going to be like, okay, I could sit by this, it's not going to burn you up. It's just got it's got good flavor,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
real easy, and it's got more of the depth than the lighter side,
Yeah.
but it's still a good one to go with.
Man, it's been a while. I got a little bit of tingle on the front.
Yes, I
right
get a
on the
little
tip
bit
of the right on the tip of the tongue. But after that, man, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
So smooth.
And so prior to this, Charles, and there's some other bourbons up here. What was your go-to beach bourbon before we decided that, hey, let's come up with a couple different ones and see what we have out there?
I mean, honestly, my go-to at the beach has always been Eagle Rare.
It makes sense.
I mean, it's a good 90 proof, and it's just all around. To me, it's a good bourbon.
It's just all around good bourbon.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that aren't fans of it, and that's completely fine. There's a lot of people that I'm not fans of the stuff that they like, and they don't like what I like, which is completely fine. We all like what we like. Again, palates are different.
Yeah.
So Eagle Rare's been on my list of beach bourbons since the get-go.
Yeah, it's the same thing with you guys. All right.
Yep.
And then I'll tell you the other one that I've started coming into, this one's a lot different, but you got Buffalo Trace.
That's right. So this is the actual butt pour that was also given to us to take a look at. This is from local in Evans. and we will be trying this here shortly. This is the single barrel pick that they did. They called it the butt pour, which was, I was involved in that. And
Right.
It was the customer pick out of SDT, which is got on the label, and it is an Eagle Rare profile.
It is very
and
much.
So
an Eagle Rare
you could do a side by side with Eagle Rare, and you could really have a hard time trying to decipher them if it was a blind side by side. But it's still a really good light BT1 that stands up great for the beach.
Yeah. And then you definitely had to bring some Evans, because Bourbon Banter Evans, we had to bring Evans to the beach. So
that's right. Evans on scene, not in Evans.
exactly.
At least we got Evans with us.
And at least we're bringing something that's represented other than us. So.
Sure.
But no, guys, again, like, subscribe, hit that. Let's get the viewership up, and really appreciate everything you guys sitting down watching this. And honestly, in the comments, like we said before, tell us what your beach bourbon is, and tell us what you like to drink at the beach. It might not even be bourbon. It might be like, look, bourbon's too heavy for me at the beach.
Yep.
Just like we were talking about gin. That's fine.
I go to rum. I'm rum on the
you're rum,
beach.
yeah.
Yep. And then I'll have my couple of bourbons at night.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I'll say I'm a gin guy. I love gin. Gin
Yeah.
on the beach is great.
They make some refreshing drinks. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of good bourbon cocktails that you can still make with
Oh,
these to have bourbon cocktails at night. Like say you wanted an old fashioned or Manhattan.
Yep.
Now these will still stand up just fine in another refreshing style drink.
Definitely. I mean, you don't have to drink them neat. We'll sit here, put them on the rocks, and you can mix them too. The thing is, price point on these are fairly good.
They're
Can't
all
tell-
pretty similar.
yeah.
Price point,
Can't tell you what this is, but all of these would make a great mixed cocktail. Also.
Yeah, it goes down nice and easy, even on the balcony at the beach.
I'll tell you
Cheers
what.
again to you guys out there.
Yeah.
What's in your glass, and what do you drink at the beach?
I'll tell you what, man. I forgot how good this buck is.
Yeah.
I really did.
It's surprising.
It is.
So what do we go from here? We're gonna go to the butt pour, check it out, or do we need some control?
I don't know. Let's do a little control, then hit the butt pour.
All right.
On the last. What do you think?
That sounds great to me. Let's do just a splash of control. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a small ice cube in the control.
You know, I was thinking that too, because I don't think we've ever done ice cube on the control yet in our videos.
A little pour of the control there.
Yeah. And again, it's VO.
Yep, 1980s VO.
Yep.
All right. Now I've been shrinking these ice cubes over here. Trying
And
to fish
also,
them out.
if you have any suggestions or guesses of what the control is, put them in the comments also.
Yeah, we'll never say what it is, but we like to hear what people think it could be.
Won't go for the profile either. We can't give you the profile or anything of that nature. We can just tell you it's some darn good stuff.
And anytime you want to join in on a video, then you get to try to control and then get your best crack at it.
Yeah, and also, you know, it's been a while. Why don't you put also in the comments, let us know, hey, is there another video you'd like for us to do? Maybe just like Justin said, up in the mountains, or, you know, hey, what other type of bourbons have we not put in a video that you'd like for us to do?
Right, we just rolled out a toasted with ABS
Yep.
collab, so that was a fun video.
That was a great
Tried
video.
some good toasted bourbons. Now some of those are higher proof. I don't know if I'd be ready for maybe all of those here, but I would say that Elijah Craig toasted could make it into a
Yeah,
beach
I think so
bourbon.
too. Or, I mean, like we were saying in that one, Woodford. I think Woodford would be good too.
I think Woodford's like the possible OG for a lot of the beginning steps of bourbon for a lot of people that were out there.
I think so, and I mean that's one. And kind of getting off topic from these, but that Woodford, it's amazing what they do to their product. It's a great product.
Oh, for sure. Now, this control right here, though, with an ice cube, might be where it's at. This might win the day so far.
So far,
Yeah.
that's your pick so far. You
I
think?
think. I mean, this is going to be tough to beat.
All right, I'm gonna have to.
It's got a little bit more depth, a little bit more flavor, but that ice cube really opens it up, and man, does it make it taste good. I haven't had this with ice. I don't think in any of our videos. I don't remember.
No,
if
I don't think we have. No, and I hardly drink it with ice at home. To be honest with you.
Right.
Ooh, let's see. I need a single. Not a double. All right.
So a little fun fact, we just figured out how to shrink ice. Not that that's a thing, but I just made that up. You take a hot glass out of the dishwasher,
Yep.
and you fill it full of ice, and it shrinks your ice cube down to a size that you want.
And come out here to the outside where it's probably what, a good, I don't know, maybe about 85, 80s,
mid-80s,
yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. And it will definitely shrink your cubes down if you're having a hard time. Like I see a lot of people, they'll take their ice cubes and break them,
Yeah.
and they get the size they want. I've seen a couple people bite their ice cubes, like toss it in the sink and then put it in there for like doing different things for their cocktails. You can literally shrink ice now.
Yeah, I was trying to break mine the other night. And just, I was having the hardest time with it. Should have bit it.
So now we just shrink ice. So that reminds me of Rookie of the Year when he was like hot ice and you put the ice in the microwave.
Yeah.
On that movie, that was pretty funny.
Man, I'll tell you what. I agree. That one so far out of these two, yeah. I mean, it's
It's
just It's bursting with flavor.
It is. And it's not over
No.
top. It's still gonna stand. It stood up on everything that we've tried it with in our videos. It hasn't beaten everything
No,
by
not
any
at
stretch,
all.
but it stands up just fine.
It does.
But at the same time, you can still kind of morph it into what you want. This small ice cube,
Yeah.
worked out great.
Well, what I love, and also that profile is not only on the tip, middle, but it's all the way on the finish.
It brings
Yeah.
the finish is what's really nice. It just stays there lingering, great flavor. Now I'm not going to say too much about if it's sweet or not, because we try not to do too much of it. But it's got a good neutral, just in middle of the road, great tasting all around.
It's just good stuff.
I could see me, since we're at the beach, actually pulling up a tumbler of some sort with the lid on it, putting 2 ice cubes on it, putting a heavy pour, get the flashlight out, go to the beach, and then walk around looking for different shells or something like that. I could see that with this.
Oh yeah.
No problem.
Let it cool down a little bit, kind of maybe even in the evening with a flashlight or whatnot.
Oh yeah, and then I could literally, this could be a bourbon on the beach with no problem. I think it would not, I won't think it'd be too much. And so again, that'd be a question for you guys. If you do have beach bourbon, do you drink it on the beach or do you wait and have it
up at the condo, our house or wherever you're staying?
Right.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I tend to, and you can tell me if you do too, I tend to always be up at the condo or the house we're staying at.
Sure.
Not really on the beach.
No, not typically.
But I usually don't go out at night either, on the beach.
I haven't in a while.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when I would remember flashlights, I used to do it every time. But
yeah, this was cell phones before now, I guess.
Now
But no, guys, really appreciate you joining us. Cheers. Like, subscribe, cheers. And really, hopefully the sound isn't too bad. You got a good backdrop. Hopefully you got some soothing waves. You're hearing the wave action in the background.
This might be a white noise video to help your kids go to sleep tonight.
It could be.
That'll do that.
It might be what I could have usually go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. But the beach background noise sounds really cool while we're out here, though. I gotta say that. And then it's very relaxing just having a pour or two, and then just having the view.
Yeah, and we're pretty mobile. There's something I might want to try, and I brought got the little light and everything.
Yeah.
We might want to try. We thought about it. We're putting, so don't if it's not out on the YouTube channel, we're not going to do it because it just ended up being not good. But we might try something out on the beach with a light with us, actually on the beach. I brought everything to be able to do it. We'll see if it can actually happen.
We'll see if we can do that. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun to try.
I think so.
And worst case scenario, then maybe we could do like a floating raft with a camera on there, and then we could be out in the ocean.
If anything else, it might be poolside.
Poolside, yeah. Well, cheers to you guys again. Thanks for joining in. I think we're gonna have one more.
Yep.
And I think I'm gonna go with the old butt pour, which we haven't done yet before on video.
No, I mean it just came out last week, right?
I think so. Maybe 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. I'm gonna say 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been. But what I love about it is, it's not your typical Buffalo Trace, and because I've had it. Obviously, you can tell we've partaken a few in there, but just like you said, it is more on the flavor profile of an Eagle Rare.
Yeah, it turned out really well. This was a customer pick. They did a great job.
They did a great job.
I was there and answering some questions if they had anything. We're going back and forth as they're deliberating with what to go with and which barrel to go with. I thought it was a good time. I'm hoping to do that again in the future because it was fun. So that'd be cool.
Well, it's great to get other people involved with the barrel picks. Get the customers involved because hey, they're patrons. They know what they like. Let's see if we can get something new out there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna try this neat, but I'm then gonna go with a small ice cube.
Yep.
I haven't tried it on ice yet, but again, at the beach, I typically like to have something a little bit cool. And this is a lighter one, which we all know BT1 stands up in the Buffalo Trace and the Eagle Rare line. So I'm gonna try this with a little bit of ice. After trying it neat.
Yeah.
Man, the nose on it though.
I know.
Nose this, and then nose the ER. Ooh. This is where it's at right here, is when you can do this.
When you can see, he's a little further away from the edge of the condo, so he's not getting as much wind as I am. Uncut, unfiltered.
Yeah.
We got to say that eventually,
I think the best description of it so far is it's got the profile that it's like a younger Eagle Rare.
Well, same mesh, but
yeah,
I got you.
But even on that note, I mean, it's like a younger version.
Yeah. All right.
Now that opens up with some BT1 sweetness right
Yes,
there.
it does. Ooh, I get those dark that dark
That-
cherry.
yeah.
those
Dark, like fruit, dried fruits
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, man.
That's classic. All right, here we go. Going in for the little guy.
All right. Have to do the same.
Cheers to you guys again. Thank you. If you didn't get a chance to grab one of these bottles, there's several available in certain stores around the entire area, so
Yep.
you pretty much can find these. And especially some of these are, a little bit harder to come by, but in your travels, you should be able to come across most of these bottles without an issue.
Yeah, this one right here, Columbia, Total
yeah.
Total Wine.
Yep.
Yeah, Total Wine. And I'll tell you what, this one is phenomenal. And price point is it's on point for what you have.
It is going to be moving to one of the top parts of my list for beach bourbons, though.
Yeah,
It
I
was
agree.
just really outstanding
Yeah.
to start with.
And Buck, I'm like we said again, Buck surprised me again. I mean, I always got. It's one that I don't have regularly, but when I go back to it, it's amazing.
It doesn't disappoint.
No.
And especially, again, the price range that we're in on this is extremely affordable.
Mhm.
They're findable. I'm not always saying they're readily available, but they're findable.
Yes.
And you might have to go to a different market, but they're still findable.
Right.
And then, so you might have to drive an hour because you might not have a Total Wine near you. Well, that's
Right.
what we have to do.
That's what we
And
have.
then certain brands are designed for those stores,
Yeah.
but again, it's still findable, very drinkable.
And
then,
The thing is, honestly, go to some of these. Go to your local liquor store or whatever, and try an off-name brand. That's what we do. That's what I love doing. Let me find something because you go out there and like, oh, you want some Buffalo Trace or whatever else. Black Ridge, we just say, let's give it
let's
a
try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just brought back a Walcott and I think it's called Lazy River. So I say I brought it back. I didn't bring it back. It was brought back,
Yeah.
mule to me. Thank you for the mule on that. And Walcott ended up being a good bottle and bond. Again, it's produced at a 1792. It says on the label as well.
Right.
And then the Lazy River, I'm pretty sure that was what it's called. It's a newer one. We're just taking a chance. We got to try it.
Yeah.
I have got to know. It's curious.
Well, I mean, it's quite a few when we went on barrel picks. We just sit there and like, hey, we go in the liquor store, like, all right, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Look at the proof on it. Try to decipher what's all in the bottle because that's the fun part. That's what we like to do.
Try to break it down.
Yep. Let's look at the bottle. Let's try to break it down.
See where it could be. See who's producing it. See if it's sourced. See if it's not. See if it's just another subsidiary or brand that's being produced by them.
Exactly.
That's the fun part about this is there's only so many distilleries, but they produce so many brands.
Oh, yeah.
And it's neat trying to figure out and decipher that code, if you want to call it. And there's a lot of good information online if you want to Google that a lot of people have already done that for you.
Yeah.
So this is completely dissolved now. I rolled it around. I'm not trying to light up the ethanol, so I'm not swirling it. I'll tell you what, though, shaking it.
Oh. That is
Man,
so
that
good.
ice has really opened it up.
It has.
Man.
It is so good.
One time, a couple years ago, we had a specific pick, same proof, and it turned into like a really big vanilla bomb, almost like vanilla ice cream if you put one ice cube on it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that this is the same, but I'm saying it has a profile that's matching.
To me, I get a lot more of the fruitness out of this one. I get the vanilla, but to me, I get those dark.
Yep,
fruits.
it did not do the vanilla bomb.
No.
Nope. Not, at least not today, not on my palate right now. Yeah.
No, but I get those dark fruits today.
Right,
Today,
yeah,
that's what I do.
it is. And that ice really, I mean, I use the small ice. I don't know if you guys can see it as well on camera. I know we're at the beach, but I use a small ice cube. It really opened it up really nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, that was really great and neat. I enjoyed that bottle thoroughly, but this
It's a little warm. I like this because it's a little cool.
beach bourbon with an ice cube
Yeah.
is where it's at.
Exactly. Gets that little refreshing, kind of cools you down a little bit.
Brings it down temperature-wise.
Mhm.
So we're not saying that it's going to make it cold. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put 8 or 9 ice cubes and then load you up. That's fine. That's on the rocks.
Yep.
We're just doing it to bring down the temperature. Now, you can also do this with soapstone rocks, or you can do it with the stainless steel ones
Right.
that don't sweat. But I like a little bit of that water that
I like
brings
to
it
get a
down.
little- yep.
And then this brings down the temperature. Now, this is not cold, but it makes it to where I'm not sweating near as bad
Right.
sitting outside. And then it is a little warm, but this is not. It's
No.
got a little cool, and it's lighter. It's not going to like punch you in the mouth with a lot of ethanol or anything. It tastes really nice.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%. And I'm with you. On the beach, at the beach, not literally on the beach, but at
Yeah.
the beach, what I like is a little bit of ice in mine.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I just want something to take the temperature down, get a little bit, open that flavor up, just get a little bit of that water, open the flavor up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really think these open up nice when you add a little bit of. I mean, there's a reason a lot of these people add drops of water and cut it to a certain proof because it opens it to a certain degree for the flavor that the professionals are looking for.
Yeah.
So all we're doing is taking it to our liking and bringing out that same flavor profile that we prefer.
Right.
Now, your amount of water or ice that you add could be different. I would expect it to be because everybody's different. So take one of your favorite bourbons, even if it's barrel proof, and be daring.
Yeah.
Drop a small piece of ice.
Small piece.
And just let it completely dissolve.
See
you
what
can
it
see
does.
where it dances. You actually see where it's dancing around, and it has this weird little like fiery motion.
Yeah, a little
It looks
shimmer
like a little
to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just kind of roll it. Don't swirl it. Just roll it, and then try it, and see if it doesn't open up to where you're like, oh wow, okay.
And then if you don't get it, add a little bit more. I mean, because just like you were saying, everybody has that little bit. Some people like the huge blocks of ice. Some people like the little ones, bigger ones.
Those ice spheres are
Yeah.
really popular.
Yeah.
And you get more than one drink off of that.
Right.
So you can get that big sphere in there, you pour it up till it's about this far,
Yeah.
and then you pour it again before the ice breaks in half. And so, hey, cheers from the beach.
Cheers.
Cheers to beach bourbons.
All right, cheers.
And,
So I'm going to ask you one question.
all right, let's go.
Out of the ones, and we didn't do Eagle Rare, but we know the profile. Out of these, so far for this beach trip, which one would be the one for the beach?
One for the beach for me, right now, based off of what I'm seeing and what I'm really liking, is the Bourbon just surpassed it.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with this one.
And so, me, I'm gonna be a little different. I'm gonna go with Control.
That was my.
They're
it was neck and neck.
they're neck and neck.
Neck and neck. But for
But-
this moment right now,
Yeah. To me, the Buckport, I mean, by nothing, edged it out for me. They're both. These two were. I mean, you can't go wrong with these.
it's
two.
sweetened up,
Yeah.
and I really like that. And it made that lighter note to it that I preferred for the moment because it's hot. I'm starting to sweat. I'm wiping my breath. You know. But man, that Control. I thought it was going to win hands down, but the Buckport really opened up with that ice cube, and I was shocked. I'm still shocked.
No, they did. That was a great pick. Everybody who did the pick, phenomenal job. Really appreciate you doing this, and just a great bottle.
And a fun time.
Yeah,
Super fun.
definitely. Well, Justin,
Well, I think that's it.
That's it.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you guys.
here's you guys. Hey, like, subscribe. Let us know. Put everything in the comments. Let us know what you like for beach bourbons, and see you guys later.
Thank you.